Hit the link at the bottom of the screen to check out the exclusive show available on odds.com. It's only available on odds.com. Just hit the link to check it all out. Okay, we move on. Jacksonville Jaguars, Baltimore Ravens, M&T Bank Stadium, Baltimore, Maryland. Jaguars 1-12 on the year, 0-6 on the road. Ravens 8-5, 3-3 at home. 43 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 5 miles per hour. Ravens open up at -13. Now they've gone up to -14. That 14 comes along with plus money. Total goes to 46. It's now 47.5. That's absolutely ludicrous to me, Bebsie, that Baltimore would be 14-point favorites. Just ludicrous.
I agree.
We should bet the Jaguars as soon as possible.
I agree. I want the Jags and the points here. I think just coming off that emotional of a victory, that wild of a victory, and look, Minshew's back.
Yeah.
I got Minshew mania. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, I like Jacksonville and the points here. It's a ton of points to give a very inconsistent Ravens team.
It's not even their inconsistency, which of course is important. To me, it's their secondary. It's atrocious, and it's destroyed with injuries.
Yeah, I agree. I think you got to bet this before this gets corrected.
Oh, this is a immediate move. Ron Burgundy says Minshew called the starter, not officially, but
I thought they did say Minshew's going to play this week.
I mean, I tried to find it quoted, and I expect him to play, but I couldn't find the words. Jaguars coming off their 12th straight loss, 31-10 setback at home to the Titans. Glennon opened the game 13-23, 85 yards. After his fourth turnover and a safety in his last 6 quarters, he was pulled for Minshew. Minshew goes 18-31 for 178 yards. Oh, David Sharp says, yes, they did say that. And yes, he is. Yes, he's a starter from Cash Act. I was trying to find the quote, but I mean, there's so many games. I was moving quickly. The Titans led 31-3 when Minshew came off the bench late in the third quarter. And Minshew, so look at I still don't understand why Marone. I mean, clearly they were trying to lose because Minshew completed 65.1% of his passes, 2,033 yards, 14 touchdowns, 5 picks in 8 games. His passer rating's 93.4, 20 points higher than Glennon's, 40 points higher than Luton. Keelan Cole led the receivers with 7 catches for 67 yards. James Robinson ran 12 times for 67 yards. First undrafted rookie in NFL history, top 1,000 yards in the first 14 weeks of the season. Safety Josh Jones left the field with a shoulder injury. Was later ruled out. He's questionable this week. Defensive tackle Avery Jones will not be activated and will stay on injured reserve for the rest of the season. Center Brandon Linder has been ruled out for this Sunday's game. That sucks if you're backing them. Alvin Smith says Raven blowout. Linebacker Kamale Correa is listed as questionable for this week. Ravens coming off the game of the year, 47-42 win at Cleveland on Monday night. Lamar Jackson was 11-17 for 163 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 picks. Ran the ball 9 times for 124 yards, 2 touchdowns. He emerges from their locker room like Superman after being sidelined by cramps. That takes a little bit away from the Superman thing when it's just cramps. But we do know, cramps can knock you out. It just, when you say it out loud, it doesn't sound as good. When you use the word Superman cramps in the same sentence.
He's taking a dump. He had to take a dump. It happens. I don't know why Lamar's being all coy about it. You're a grown man. Just say you had to take a dump.
Nobody dumps when they're playing sports.
That's not true. It happens.
Before games.
Dude, some guys do it in games.
I don't know. I don't know. NFL's top 2 rushing teams combined for 9 rushing touchdowns, tying lead record set in 1922 by Rock Island and Evansville. Do you remember the good old days of the NFL? Racine and Louisville? Mark Andrews caught 5 passes for 78 yards. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Cornerback Jimmy Smith left in the second half with a shoulder injury. Marcus Peters left with a calf injury. Maybe they come back. Des Bryant still on the COVID list. Tight end Luke Wilson, defensive tackle Broderick Washington, cornerback Tremont Williams, quarterback Trace McSorley are all listed as questionable. Let's just get this now.
Yeah, there's no hesitation on me. Beware a Gardner Minshew with nothing to lose. And I just think the Jags can keep this close.
He's got nothing to lose, and he's got so much to gain.
Yeah, but I mean, the guy. I just normally I see a guy who plays with swagger and a silly mustache, and I think, but I don't know. I'm in on Minshew. I just think he's fun. And look, they have some weapons in Jacksonville. Robinson was a hell of a find for an undrafted free agent running back.
Yeah.
Chenault, Shark, they've got some players, and I think they like Minshew. I really do. I think there was a little bit of jolt when he came in.
In all honesty, I don't like it when a guy like Robinson steps up. I don't like it when a guy like James Robinson steps up just because of the last 7 or 8 years. All the value out of drafting running backs is being taken away. And, it's such a tough position taking those hits, and they're going to get paid less and less and less.
Oh, I completely agree. And I obviously empathize with running backs. I love running backs. They're my favorite position. And yeah, it's the position has been so devalued, but also when you see first round busts at running back, then I don't think I think you just need to reevaluate how you look at a running back, and also running backs, especially in today's NFL with how well teams are coached, system matters so much. Kyle Shanahan can take a running back off the scrap pile and turn him into a stud. And then you get a guy like Fournette who I wasn't high on Fournette coming out of LSU because the mileage he had in college is dangerous, and that's my apprehension behind Jonathan Taylor is how long he's going to be able to keep this up. But yeah, these guys get burnt out.
So we do have a question, a legitimate one, and it's whether you want 13.5 or 14. The 13.5s come with minus 110 juice or minus 109. The 14s come really juiced, minus 123, minus 125. And then 13s come with almost, minus 107. Who cares? You get 13.5 minus 109. So do you want plus 13.5 and minus 109 or plus 14 and minus 123?
I want that 14.
Really?
I do.
I think it's too much juice for that. 14 and minus 123. That is available at Bet America. And I will be moving on the plus 13.5. Before we move on, what do you think about that total? David Sharp says if Jags are in the game, it's an easy over. What do you think of the total?
It's hard not to agree with David here. I think just with the way that the Ravens defense has looked, I feel like that's the play is the over. I don't want to invest too much money in this game, and the fact that I'm already putting money on the Jags makes me apprehensive about doubling up. But I think the over is a look. I agree with David's reasoning.
Ari Miller says thoughts on first half if you get plus 7. I say bet it. I don't want to sit. I'm like Bebsie. I don't want to have too much money on this game, but there's 7.5s. Jesus, that's too many points. It's just too many points. God, am I going to sit here and double up on the Jags?
Ooh, settle down, Jimmy.
I'm betting them for sure.
Yeah, no, I really like this. I like this look a lot. I do think the Jags can keep it close. And I know there's a few people saying that the Jags are tanking, but when people say tanking, the players don't tank. The organizations tank. That's why Adam Gase still has a job. I just read Lamar definitely pooped, and that tickled me. He for sure pooped, but the players don't tank. Players fight. Players. There are guys who they look like they've checked out, but teams the players don't tank. The organizations tank. Organizations are like, yeah, let's get the fuck out of here and get a better player. But I mean, these players, a lot of them are fighting for their jobs. You got to remember, when you're that bad of a team, it means you're possibly auditioning for another team. So those players do ball out.
I'm making moves on this game heavy all of a sudden.
Oh, boy.
I'm first half full game over.
Settle down, Jimmy. Settle down, Jim.